Hello my friends and welcome back. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Efficiency is a very important concept that we should all employ in our lives. And that is try to waste as little energy and maximize the outcome of whatever you do. So that would be the best scenario. Least energy or least effort, greatest result, maximum result. Well, the thing is, sometimes we should not engage in certain things at all because we waste energy for nothing. That is when you or we now draw a line in the sand. Why do you do that? Do you do that in order to make the other side understand that if they cross that line or if they do it again, you will act upon all that, right? And you say, if you do this, I'm going to do this. These are consequences of your actions. The problem is, if that line is crossed, are you going to act? And the most important thing is, are you able to? Are you able to inflict any consequences on the other side in order to attempt to change the other side's behavior? Well, if you can't, then the bluff is just embarrassing when it's discovered it was just a bluff. In this case, in this article that I have here, one country, Russia, complains about something. Now, complaining is you complain in order to make the other side aware that you know that behavior hurt your feelings, or made you feel uncomfortable, or anything like that, with the intent to have the other side change the behavior. Don't do it again. Well, what if they do it again? What are you going to do about it? So everything goes to what are you willing and able to do about an action that was, done against you, something that was, something that hurt you, something you don't like. Can you do anything about it? If not, is like engaging in an activity that really is unhelpful. You can't do anything about it. You're just going to waste energy by talking. Well, let's see what's happening here. Remember, this article doesn't come from a Russian side, so if would be probably written by the Russians will sound a little bit different, at least in the title. This article comes from the Jerusalem Post, all right, from the Jewish state. And this is from today, November 27th, 2022. Russia claims NATO attempted to fly drones into Russia. Well, they claim. Okay, that claims that, well, you have evidence. Yes, all right. So you open your mouth. What are you going to do about it? Are you going to do anything about it? So first you make known to the other side that, hey, I don't like that. That's not a good thing. And let's see how the other side will react. How do you think the other side will react? No, that's not true. Or, yeah, so? And what would Russia do? We're going to shoot them down? I think that would be a healthy response. Next time we're going to shoot it down, and next time we're going to send ours in your territory, and you're going to shoot it down and see how it goes. And then you're going to say, hey, Russia escalates the whole thing because sends drones on our territory. Our, meaning a weasel NATO country. I'm assuming it was just a little hyena country that hides under the shade of the big lion, which is the United States of America. And this is what you do. You send your little clowns in the field to aggravate things, and if they are about to get smacked, they quickly come here under your protection and say, hey, what's going on? You want me to punch you in the face? What's going on here, huh? Why do you yell at Gigi? All right, but you sent Gigi to aggravate things, and Gigi is laughing like a hyena behind you and makes gestures and mouths and all that. I think you know exactly what I'm talking about. The drones were allegedly flown near the Peskov region, which is located along Russia's border with Estonia and Latvia. What they tell you, these are the bottom feeders of the bottom feeders of a country. They are the lowest on the food chain. Why? They're small, unimportant. The only thing they have important is their geographical position given by, I don't know, God or something. All right? Everything else, so that's not by their making. Oh, we fought for it. Well, you were given that. I mean, if the Russians really wanted, would have just make you disappear. Okay? And I guess you are there, so that's good. I'm just analyzing the situation. I think the total population of these two countries is about 2.5 million. I was about to say dollars. People, and they're small, and they have small army, and they have small economies, and they have small power. But they are the little jackals that the big lion sends in the field to aggravate the other lion. And the other lion is telling these jackals, hey, I'm gonna smack your snout or whatever. And the jackal comes back and saying, look what happened over there. And what is Russia gonna do? I don't know. I hope they smack these guys if they deserve. What are you gonna do? Let them just bite your ankles? That's what they do, like a little, the, how do you call those wiener dogs that I like? They come and bite you at the ankle. That's all they can reach. And you can just pull your heel up, still having your foot on, and you can smack them over their snout. That's how, or just like this. This is a heel of your foot. Do like this and puck. That's all that's necessary with these kind of countries. But hey, then they go to the lion. So NATO drones have attempted to cross. Attempted. What is attempted? Let's see. The border of the Peskov region of Russia repeatedly, starting prior to Russia's invasion of Ukraine and continuing to the present day. The governor of the Peskov region, Mikhail Vedernikov, claimed on Saturday, according to TASS. And I'm quoting, "We have never provided extensive coverage to that, but there were attempts of military unmanned aerial vehicles and other aircraft to illegally cross the border," end quote, said Vedernikov. Well, attempts, what do you mean by attempt? And it's a flying thing. It's either in or it's out. It's like it tries but can't get in somehow. It's like a door that's closed. You push it with but you attempt to break in. But are you in or you're not in? What do you mean you attempted? Try to handle and it was locked. All such quote-unquote peaceful interaction was flourishing even before the start of the special military operation, added the government. Clearly all that has aggravated further at present, end quote. The Peskov region is located along Russia's border with Estonia and Latvia and Belarus. Estonia and Latvia are both NATO members. All right? It says that claim comes less than a week after Ukrainian drone attack on Crimea. Well, so now they give us a little bit of history of these drones. The claim by the Russian government comes just days after Russia claimed that Ukrainian forces had targeted Sevastopol on the Russian annexed Crimea Peninsula with 2 drone attacks. Well, let's see what we can do about it. First, they attempted. What do you mean they attempted? It's a flying machine, right? And it goes. This is the border. You either go in, and that's not an attempt, that's a clear violation of the airspace if you want, or you just don't go in and you fly like this. That's not an attempt. I don't know, fly around. So what is an attempt? Now, if the drones come in, I will shoot each and every down. It's a drone. I will not let anybody know of anything. I will not, who am I supposed to inform? The Estonians or the Latvians or whomever? No, I'm just gonna blow it down. That's it. Send more. I'm gonna blow them up and down, whatever the case might be. Now this is what they claim, because it comes from Jerusalem Post. The other guy claims the best thing to do is shoot it down and then figure it out later, who's who, what's what. I remember that little story that I told it before. I can't remember where I read it, but it was, the Spaniards were conquering the South America, the over there. We went over there and they fighting the, I don't want to give them their names, but anyway. And then at one point it was a Spaniard the general, I think, whatever he was, and he went to a priest and said, "The priest, what's going on? How do we know these guys that we're killing here are, believers or not non-believers? I mean, what's going to happen? How can we? They want to distinguish between these guys that were believers and the other ones were not believers. What should they do with them?" And the priest said, "Well, don't worry about them. God will sort them out when they, go over there. The same here. Shoot the drone down and then ask questions. If it's over your territory, you have 100% jurisdiction over that action, as the Turks had with that S-24 Russian jet, if you remember, the bomber over northern Syria. Well, I think they shot the gun or whatever. They did it too fast, jumped the gun, the Turks, but, well, it was over their territory. And they created a little bit of a upset situation between the two countries. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just.